Alright, back at it. MMA Quick Hits, the only MMA channel that fucking matters. Hey, we're back at it, guys. It's fucking a slow day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna bullshit you. But if anything comes out tonight, I will be all over it. I promise. Now, with that being said, this is the chat spot for UFC Fight Night. Pettis versus Moreno. Oh my god. How are they gonna put Sergio Pettis as a headliner? I still do not understand that. I'm gonna go down this list really quickly. Hey, to all my Mexican brothers out there, man, holding it down, man. This is the fight card from your motherland, and I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't know a lot of these guys on this card, but it doesn't mean that these guys aren't ready to fucking bring it. It's just not something that I'm gonna stop my Saturday night for. I might be in the club, I might be in a bar. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Or I might just be in the fucking gym, to be honest. I'm not quite sure. I might jump on the motorcycle. I don't know. Sergio Pettis versus Brandon Moreno. Hold on, let me interject real quick. Before I even go over this fight card, man, let me tell you guys something. You must go watch Showtime's Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather 4-part series. The first one was kind of shitty because it was just talking about the press conference. The one last night, that shit was good. That shit was fun. Hey, that shit was fun. I can't even fucking lie to you. Hey, Conor said, we pulled Paulie in. He came in, he fought. Hey, I get a man his respect, and he got his ass kicked. Oh, man, Conor played Paulie like a French fiddle, man. Holy shit. I was watching that shit and I was like, Paulie's talking about, you know, oh yeah, Conor's good, man, and you know, good power, and Conor's in the background doing roundhouse kicks and shit. I don't know if you guys saw that shit. And you know, Floyd Mayweather, you know, his part of the show, guess what he's doing? He's doing everything but training. But don't you dare fall for that. I hope no one falls for this. Do not think for 1 second that Floyd is not training his ass off. Floyd has a perfect record to protect. Floyd is ready to go. Now, let me for a second give Conor McGregor 100% respect on the physique change. Conor is looking like a fucking monster right now. Conor physically has never looked better. Lean shoulders, lean chest. Finally seeing some fucking abs on the guy. Hey, finally seeing the breakage of his quads in the front. He's doing the work. Conor's doing the work. Whatever they're doing, he's doing the work. I understand that, you know, on fight night, to me, he's still gonna lose. But all I can say is physically, he's going through a transformation right now. And yes, it is primarily the boxing shit. Of course it is. Of course it should be. And it only makes sense. But this is the same argument that I always have about fighters when I say, I would take DC a little more serious if he came into the weigh-in looking better than ever physically. I would take this person, you know, somebody like JoJo Calderwood, I would take her a little bit more serious if she says, I'm dedicating my life to training, and then she, you know, she goes to the weigh-in and she's ripped and shredded like she's never been before. And I'm not talking about sucked in and sick looking. I'm talking about nice, full, solid, ready for battle. I can respect that. Even if somebody like Robbie Lawler's like, no, you know what, I added some new things to my game, and then he steps on the scale. Robbie Lawler's a fit guy. Robbie Lawler's pretty, he's a pretty, you know, he has a good physique, he's big, he's solid. But if he came in ripped and shredded, I would say, okay, whatever he's doing, man, he's taking this shit serious. Conor McGregor. Conor looks like he's taking this shit extremely serious. It looks like his nutrition is on point. It looks like he's doing the cardio. It looks like he's doing the work. And like I said, that's physically. I'm not talking about skill wise. None of us know what's gonna happen skill wise until the night of the fight. But Conor does look like he's under a full transformation. I saw him flexing. I saw him posing. And I said, Conor's never been that fucking ripped before in his entire MMA career. Ever. Never. Looks like that body fat is down. Looks like his body fat's literally a good 12%. That's fucking good. That's really good, because you don't want to drop your body fat too low, because then you know, you're not well hydrated. You're fucking actually dehydrated. So he doesn't need to go too low. This isn't a bodybuilding thing. But as far as him, if he says like, you know what, I changed all my training, it's primarily boxing, he's actually gonna walk in the ring with the physique of a boxer. Now you have to keep in mind, Virgil Hunter said Conor has the worst features that you could have for a boxer with the what did he talked about his facial structure. He's got like, for a boxer, that's the worst type of face to have. Like, you have fucking sharp borders on your fucking eyebrows. That means it's gonna get cut easily. He's talking about the scar tissue on the face is gonna get cut easy. He's talking about Conor being too thin in his waist. Talking about you know, he doesn't have the trunk of a boxer where it's muscular. He's at Conor's thin like a model. He's at Conor's thin, and he's always wearing his skin tight shit, so we know exactly how small the guy is. He's saying that he's not going to be able to take damage to the body like a boxer. But we all know, anybody that's a Conor McGregor fan is going to say that Conor's going to knock this motherfucker out in the first 4 rounds. I'm not mad at you. I just can't wait to see it. If you have not watched the series, go watch it. They show Floyd, not one clip of Floyd training. Floyd dropping 20 grand on his 16-year-old daughter's fucking alligator fucking backpack. You know, taking his son school shopping in Gucci. I mean, who doesn't want to do those things for their kids? I know some people say, hey, I don't want to buy my kids all that shit. I want them to be good people and all that shit. Well, you can still instill value into your kids and still buy them nice shit. Hey, stop being a cheap ass. Stop being a cheap ass. Take your kids shopping. Floyd was just riding his bikes in Miami, just chilling, having fun. This is the narrative now. This is the narrative of the series. Conor's training his ass off. Floyd's not doing shit. Do not be fooled by that. Now, what I will say is, Floyd is looking a little more muscular than he typically does. Does that mean he's putting a little bit of muscle on to take a little bit of damage? If it comes down to that, I don't know. But all I do know for a fact is 3 weeks out from a fight, Floyd is usually literally at fighting weight, and he's usually extremely thin, skinny, whatever you want to say. Right now, he's holding a little bit of extra weight in his shoulders. I'm sure once they do show him training, if they decide to show any of that, Floyd is gonna be in peak condition. I don't know if you guys saw the Showtime commercial. That was one of the first commercials I ever seen in my entire life featuring Floyd Mayweather, where he didn't have an etched out six-pack. I was shocked. So maybe Floyd is not taking Conor serious. When Floyd was doing that Showtime commercial for the McGregor fight, he did flex his abs and he had a 4-pack. Usually Floyd has a well-defined, deep-ass 6-pack. Is Floyd taking Conor lightly? I just don't think so, man. Not when you're going for 50-0. Not when you're going to make 300 mil in one night. I just don't think Floyd will be that unprofessional. I do 100% believe Floyd is going to look for the knockout on Conor. I do believe that Conor is going to get that chin tested, and we're going to find out really quickly if Conor could take Floyd's punches. I saw Victor Ortiz on Undisputed, and he said Floyd punches, he couldn't crack an egg with his punches. But we must keep in mind, that motherfucker was getting his bell rung all night before his ass got knocked out. Back to the shitty fight card. Let me go over this real quick. Sergio Pettis versus Brandon Moreno. I'll go for Brandon Moreno. I'm not a Sergio Pettis fan. I'm not an Anthony Pettis fan. They haven't done shit to impress me. Sergio, I understand that he could be streaking at times where people get excited about him. I'm just not one of those people. I'll go for Brandon Moreno. Randa Marcos versus Alexa Grasso. I'll probably go for Randa Marcos. I've seen her fight more. Alan Jouban versus Nico Price. I'll go for Alan Jouban for sure. Martin Bravo versus Humberto Bendine. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'll probably go for Martin Bravo just because I saw him fight one time before. Sam Alvey versus Rashad Evans. I have to pull for my boy Rashad Evans, man. If he loses this one, this motherfucker should be cut. Champion, gatekeeper, or cut him will be evident. Alejandro Perez versus Andre Sakamath. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know either one of those guys, so I'm not going to bullshit you guys. Brad Scott, Jack Hermanson. Don't know those guys. Dustin Ortiz versus Hector Sandoval. I'm going to go for Dustin Ortiz for that fight. I've seen a few of his fights, actually. Henry Briones versus Ronnie Yaya. I'll go for Ronnie Yaya just because I've seen him fight more. Jose Alberto Quinez versus Diego Rivera. Don't know those guys. Jose Morales versus Roberto Sanchez. Don't know those guys. Alvarado Herrera versus Jorda Ronaldo. Don't know those guys. So with that being said, guys, I won't be watching this shit live. You shouldn't be watching this shit live. I'm joking. I will have this shit playing in the background if I'm at home. It's just not something I'm gonna stop and watch. If there's anything that comes out tonight, I will be all over it. And I don't know what else to say. Fuck it. It is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments.